Yeah, all right, mate. Let's have a look here. I was just posting there. What are my thoughts on RUNE? Yeah, very nice. You're saying here it's going to be integrated with MetaMask. I didn't know that. Where do you see potential buys going forward? Yeah, very nice. I love this big falling wedge. I mean, a few months ago I talked about all these falling wedges in the market, and these falling wedges should be buying opportunities. I think I posted them all in the watch list or the long-term accumulation channel. I forget which one, but I do remember specifically posting about RUNE right down here. I don't know if did I see it on that third touch. I forget now, but what we did have, we had bullish yearly stop ons down here, and when these bullish yearly stop ons start to hold, buying below the big candle here can be an amazing buying points, and that can often be the low. And I talked about it here a little bit, how so many of these coins are forming bullish stop ons, and they're bottoming here. Many of these coins look to be bottoming here. It's very, very possible. It was a good call on the 13th of June here. It says you can buy RUNE with a stop below these lows right there, and that was basically the very low in the market. It's bounced 145% since then. That was down here 13th, so you can see actually that was the 13th right there, maybe. Yeah, so it did go slightly lower. I think it must have did drop one more day, but it was so close to being the exact low of the market. This volume here is fantastic. It's exactly what you want to see moving up. There's a bit of an apex there. The trend line you had here as well. Not sure if that's the same one. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same one or not, but maybe the futures one's different if you were looking at the futures chart. And obviously we got that breakdown. Now there's a couple of interesting points here to be looking at. The first thing to look at is that there is a stop hunt of this high, the previous high, yeah, and we've dropped back down. That's important. We need to be watching to see if there's going to be a range formed here. How long is this going to go for? Building a big range like this is often very good, though. Is it going to run straight out of here now? I don't know about that. It's possible, but it's a large market cap, and large market caps often, maybe it'll test it or whatever, but large market caps can often base a lot more. Like here's the halving. Well, sorry, actually it's about here somewhere, somewhere in there. But so it wouldn't surprise me if many altcoins are going to do this before breaking out after the halving. That's a real possibility. Let's look at the yearly now. What has changed in the yearly since I posted that? It was red on the year. It was down in here. It was below this candle here, down in here, and I posted about it down there because it was a very real possibility that it was going to form a bullish yearly stop hunt, and that's exactly what it done. So I still think that there's going to be an opportunity to buy next year. There's likely going to be a flush, but if you understand the structure of the market, there's a real possibility that price will come back down and take liquidity in this wick here. It's not essential, but it's a real possibility. So if you're asking me where can you get buys from, well, I do think that any buys below 128 are for accumulation. I think they're good points to be buying. You may not get it until a new year. Okay, that's the problem. But how long's left? What, 9th September 15th? So if you do get it before the new year, okay, that's all well and good. You can buy down here, but there's a possibility that it does not happen until a new year, and we grind out, and then new year we come down. Whatever. I don't mean to say down to this low. I just mean anywhere below the white line. That's when you really need to focus. That's very, very good buys and buying areas, right? So that's what I would suggest. I don't like buying up here. I think at some point you're probably going to get an opportunity to be buying down here. I do agree with you. It looks really good. The chart, from a chart perspective, it looks really good, and you're talking here about the fundamentals, integrated with MetaMask and all that sort of stuff. I heard MetaMask actually, you can off-ramp on fiat now, maybe? Sorry, I had to pause the video there, but I forget what I was talking about, but I think it's the MetaMask stuff. You know, the fundamentals do look really good. The chart, as we just seen there, you know, this is a rounding bottom. In my opinion here, this is forming this is forming a base. This is forming a rounding bottom right down here, and if I can find that, you can clearly see it there. It's just rounding back up. In my opinion, that's just forming a powerful bottom, and the thing is, the target of a rounding bottom is actually this, but when you get the right patterns, the target usually goes far. That's the first target, but it usually goes far beyond there. So I would suggest that this rounding bottom is going to send us into the stratosphere. When we say stratosphere, it's a large cap. You know, even from here, if you bought right now, it's only a 369% gain up to there. That's up into the top end of here. Okay, how further is it going to go than there? I'm not sure, but I'm just saying it looks like there's no certainties in the market, but it looks a high probability coin to go back up to this area. Is it going to go further than that? Well, time will tell, but up to this area, yes. The problem is it's, well, only, inverted commas, only a 360% gain. There is coins that are more risky, but could do more than this. This is probably a safer bet to get some sort of returns like this. If it drops back down, like what I talked about, and I shouldn't have moved that. I forget now what that was. Somewhere down there. We'll just draw it there. But you can see, if you wait and have patience, that's a 500% gain. Now we're talking. Now we're no, you know, if you make a 5x, you'd be delighted with that. And it could actually, yeah, and I nailed that actually. That's pretty good. So you can kind of see, you know, it's a 5x up there. If you get this dip, there's a possibility of a 5x. 5x is fantastic. You know, a 1x is fantastic. Never mind a 5x. But yeah, dips down here, I may be tempted to buy some RUNE myself. A new yearly candle is shaping up to be very, very interesting. Not just for RUNE, but for the entire market.